So, I know you've been waiting for this. This is a spectacular recipe, but it's also a very quick recipe and very flavorful. So for all my shrimp lovers out there, get ready because this is one that you are definitely going to want to keep in your repertoire. Alright, so I have a pan, pretty small pan. I have it on medium heat, very medium heat. We're going to start off with a little bit of olive oil. Actually, we're going to start off with a lot bit of olive oil, okay? So I'm just going to go around probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? Sounds good. Let's stop at 8, okay? Now, a couple of things I want to get in here for my aromatics. One is going to be garlic. And it's just rough chop, right? Nothing special, just very rough chop. But you can see it's a little bit larger. That's because I really like to see the garlic in this dish. And I'm also going to add some crushed red pepper flakes. So beware, because when you start heating these up, phew, it can go right to your nose. So be very careful, okay? So I'm going to get the lid off of this. Now, remember this, the spice mix we made earlier? The smoky saffron? That's what we're going to season our shrimp with. So I'm going to put that right on here. And I'm going to add it liberally. Okay, I want to add a lot of it on there. And I'm also going to add a little bit of salt. And this is pink Himalayan salt. So I'm going to get that right on there. There we go. Okay, now let's mix that up very, very well. We're just going to let that hang out there for a bit, okay? You can see it's starting to change color already. So back to our pan. The first thing I want to put in here is the garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. Let me get something to stir it with, actually. Our pan should be warm enough. There it is. You hear that little sizzle? That'll let you know that it's ready. Now, I mentioned before, garlic burns easily. So we're going to turn our heat down momentarily. I'm going to add my red pepper flakes in here. There we go. Let's get this heat turned down. Now we're going to turn it down to a lower heat. And then I'm going to add my shrimp. I'm going to add my shrimp. So let me show you what they look like. Don't they look fabulous? The color you can see is on there from the spice mix. There we go. And I'm going to scrape all of that goodness right in there. And it is going to immediately smell so fragrant and so delicious. In between our tailored spice mix that we're using and the garlic and the crushed red pepper flakes, it smells absolutely amazing. Now there's a couple more things that we're going to add to this dish, okay? So we're going to let the shrimp cook for maybe a minute longer. Our rice is hanging out in the back in the rice cooker. Should be done momentarily. And then we'll plate this dish. And it is going to be fabulous. I can't wait to show you guys how easy it is to do this. Alright, so let's see. Let's keep it moving because I don't want the garlic to burn. So I'm kind of constantly stirring in the pan, okay? Now, same thing with the onions. When you first put it in there, it's white. But when the shrimp become opaque and they start to get white, that's when you know that they're done. Shrimp cooks quick. It doesn't take that long at all. Okay, so we've been cooking these guys for a few minutes. Now we're going to add a couple of other ingredients, shall we? So the first thing I'm going to add is fresh lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice. And I have a cut lemon right here. I'm just going to squeeze it in my hands, but I'm going to hold my fingers so it catches the seeds. Catches the seeds right in my fingers, just like that. And that's going to add a little bit of brightness to this dish. When we add the lemon, there we go. That's looking good. Now I want to stir in some fresh parsley. I'm going to add some fresh parsley to this. Let's give it a little sprinkle of parsley, shall we? And that adds a little color to it. Now, last but not least, let me actually give my hands a rinse here. And I just heard our rice pop up, so that's going to be perfect. Let me check on it while I'm here. Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to keep all that goodness in there. Now, last but not least, I have some Spanish brandy that I'm going to add to our shrimp. Spanish brandy right here. It's only a little bit left, so that ought to tell you something. I make this dish quite often. So I'm going to turn the heat completely off, and I'm going to add this brandy right in here. And it's going to deglaze the bottom of the pan. And I'm just going to let that sit there and hang out for a second. And then I'll show you how to completely plate this dish. So now's the time to check on our rice. Let's see here. Ooh, got a little rice facial going on. This thing is hot. Ooh, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, now it's time to plate our dish. This is the most exciting moment of the show. All right, so I have a nice little platter here. I'll set it here, front and center. I also have a bowl of our Spanish rice that looks and smells delicious, okay? So I'm going to try, don't laugh at me, I'm gonna mess up, okay? But I'm gonna try and get a nice little mound of rice right on here. So let's see how that goes. Yes, look at that, it turned out perfect, right? Okay, so I have another little platter here that I'm gonna use for the shrimp. And the shrimp look absolutely amazing, don't they? That looks so good, oh my gosh. So let's get this off in here and pour that right in there. Just like that. I want all the shrimp in there. And not only do I want the shrimp, I told you, I like the garlic, right? And our spice mix was a wonderful flavor to all that olive oil we added. So I want all of that right on top of our shrimp, just like that. Okay, let me set this off to the side. Now we have to make it look cute, so I'm going to add a little bit of parsley to this. Just a little bit, and I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the shrimp and on top of the rice. And the plate is white, okay? So the green kind of pops out a little bit, so I'm going to add the green like all over the plate. And there you have it. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have some beautiful, delectable Spanish rice, also known as saffron rice. But of course, the star of the show for this dish is our Spanish garlic shrimp. You talk about smell, flavor, it looks cute. I promise you it'll taste delicious. And don't forget about our 2 spice mixes of the day. We have saffron onion and we have smoky saffron. So again, this is Chef Angela Michelle. You have just watched me make this beautiful dish on Love, Life, and Spices. Until next time, food and kisses.